I'm not smiling today. Just follow me so you go understand the gist where I carry come your domot today. An oil thief inside this country bring in vessel na the ship where they use they carry crude oil. He carry am enter, stationed at a point and loaded 150,000 metric ton of crude oil, which is approximately 1.6 million barrels of crude oil, which is almost our OPEC quota in a day. We are not meeting up with our OPEC quota. OPEC na Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries. We are not meeting our OPEC quota daily, but this ship stole almost our OPEC quota in a day. Our OPEC quota in a day now 1.8 million barrels per day. This ship alone stole 1.6 million barrels at a go inside this country. As this ship carry this oil, they come out. Una wan know wetin happen. Una wan know wetin happen. Ngwana, now wetin happen be this. Watch.
Friday, largely based on credible intelligence, that this vessel MT Tura 2 was involved in theft of crude oil from an abandoned wellhead off the coast of Escravos, and the vessel was promptly arrested and brought to this location for all to see. I have here with me representatives from the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, representatives of the pipeline security companies known as Tantita. I have my officers here from OPDS and other agencies. All of these eventually portray the synergy in our operations, which has been the directives from higher authority. When a vessel involved in such of crime is arrested, the suspects are taken into custody, investigations are ongoing, the product on board is taken for test by NNPC or DPR, and thereafter, once the investigation is concluded, the next appropriate actions are taken. They could be prosecuted in court, and of course, the vessel will be handled in accordance with extant directives.
They burnt down this ship, this vessel. They burn them down. Una also here within the JTF commander, where they say his name na Admiral Olusegun Ferreira. Na his name be that. Na him be the JTF na Joint Task Force. Na him be their head. Joint Task Force are also working in collaboration with the Tantita Group. Tantita Group na the group where they say government sama money say make una dey monitor our pipelines. Now the two of them carry out this operation. They catch this ship, this vessel, carrying 1.6 million barrels of crude oil, which is billions of naira. If being sold, billions of naira. They set them ablaze. They burn them. I don't understand. Waiting on abundant na evidence. Evidence to nail these thieves. Now the evidence be that. Waiting on also burn down na money, running into billions of naira. Una burn them down. She una don't say now evidence they burn so after they go say they don't know people will thief this oil. Okay. I beg, I won't make una listen to one commander of the Tantita. I don't tell you already. Say Tantita na the group where government some money say maybe they protect our pipelines. He get something to talk about this ship. When I say this ship, this vessel will come now pack oil you won't come out. They burn them. This commander of the Tantita group, where in name na Captain Waredi Eniswa. Waredi Eniswa. Now in there your screen. When you hear me. He gets one revelation to tell us about this vessel, this ship, where they just burned down. I'm gonna watch.
Since 2013 or so, that was when it first came into light. It's operated by a company called Holab Maritime Services, and it was brought into Nigerian waters as Ali Riza Bey, registered in Togo. At some point it was apprehended, and somehow, somewhere, it became mysterious. Somehow, we don't know how it got out. But anyway, the moment it got out, it has changed its name to Turatu. But it changed its name in a very, very criminal manner, in the sense that it did not approach any official authority or government authority to change its name. It just got a bunch of intelligent guys that manipulated and changed its name in various international electronic platforms as Turatu. From then, it started operating illegally in several waters, right from Cameroon to Ghana, but mainly loading in Nigeria for even STS operations to ships that are foreign. The partners of the companies are both local and international, and it's a very good thing that NNPC made a decision that they're not going to tolerate this type of acts in our waters. And as you can see, our own job is provision of intelligence, both electronic and human, to the government security agencies, and whom have done very, very well to bring this ship to book after nearly 1 decade. At the moment, it's got about 150,000 tons, and as usual, the vessel is likely going to be destroyed.
When I hear this Captain Waredi inside that video, him talks to this ship. It don't exist for a while. It don't take. If they catch him, you go change them. If they catch him, you go change them. If they catch him, you go change them. When they hear me, so their own, not to just come thief oil from Nigeria, waka enter any country of their choice and make billions of naira and millions of dollars. You don't say they go catch this ship, they go release them. Catch up, release them. Catch, release. This particular one, they say they want burner. Nail down the owner of the people where they use this ship, they thief from us. Nail them. Una say una arrest their crew member. Now the crew members be the thief. Later now, una go release them. The owner, the people where they thief this oil with this vessel, they don't destroy the evidence now. So what do you have against them? Let us listen to one royal father. This royal father gets something to talk about this situation. This royal father, Inebna King Bubaraye Dakolo, him na the chairman Bayelsa Traditional Rulers Council. This man, he gets sense. When him talk on top this matter, you will know say this one na traditional leader we get sense. We go fit lead a people. Well, I beg, help me listen to King Dakolo. I'm gonna watch.
I don't know why the law enforcement does not know when they load this crude until it leaves the terminus or terminal where it is loaded and started making its way. That has to be a question for law enforcement to answer. However, just as you said, last year there was an experience where a particular vessel was apprehended with our crude oil, and then of course a few days ago another one, the MT Turatu, with 150,000 metric tons. To put it clearly, that is about 1,600,000 barrels, and that amounts to well over $100 million, which runs into billions of naira. That is the amount or the value of what was inside there. That is also approximately what Nigeria produces in a day. Okay, about 1.8 million barrels. So that's about what Nigeria produces in a day. It takes a while to load the whole of that volume. And so definitely it must have been loaded somewhere that is an authorized loading bay. And so the authorities of NNPC were supposed to know, and I think they know. And then, of course, usually in all of those places, there are law enforcement, at the terminus or the terminals. So definitely all of these agencies knew that this was taking place. However, let's give benefit of doubt to the establishment that arrested it and then to the JTF that has also arrested the people. But setting that particular vehicle or vessel ablaze is completely out of 2023. It is something that should happen in maybe 1440 or 1450. This is 2023. We are talking about ozone layer depletion. We are talking about Nigeria not having all the money we should have for our welfare. And then you burn off billions of naira, multi-millions of dollars worth of crude, and then in the process poison us. Is completely unacceptable. It is something that has to stop. The federal government, the presidency has to issue a quick order that they should stop burning or wasting our resources in that manner. And in the process, for those of us in the Niger Delta, as you burn it, you are polluting us, you are destroying us, you are killing us, you are destroying the entire environment. What is the difference between any other vandal and then the authorized vandals in this particular case? Because setting that quantity of crude oil ablaze was as good as asphyxiating the entire Niger Delta. And you may not believe it, but several persons are going to die out of asthma and such diseases in the next couple of days.
King Dakolo talk inside that video. Say, look at it. These people, they are joking with us. They don't know what they do. And they feel like, say, we don't know what they do too. Una catch vessel. First of all, this vessel enter Nigeria. He load, nobody catch them. Load 1.6 million barrels of crude oil. Most of them don't know what to be barrel. Now what to be barrel this. Now in your screen. This is an example of barrel. So they load this barrel 1.6 million inside ship. Nobody come outside. They don't see Navy, they don't see Army, they don't see none of them. All the security outfits where they in charge, they monitor all. None of them see where they load them. They don't see. They don't load and finish now. They enter high sea, they go. Okay, fine. JTF in collaboration with Tantita Group, they catch this ship. As they catch this ship, instead of air hula, you understand? Carry the crew members, but they go them person who send them enter court. This one will serve as evidence. They bought this thing down with 1.6 million barrels of crude oil. When we say Nigeria know they meet with their OPEC quarter, our OPEC quarter na 1.8 million per day. We know they meet up. Now this ship thief 1.6 million this barrels. Una burn them down, burn the ship down. Money lost. Evidence to know the thief lost. And as for the body say now, una they pollute the atmosphere. You are polluting the ecosystem. Fishermen now, this thing now, you go more finish now, you go sink inside, you go kill fishes. Fishermen, they don't go see what they go fish. This one now, people will get asthma and the rest of them, they go die. You don't pollute everywhere. Causing problem. Now 3 problems you cause like this, so you don't pollute the environment. Our evidence we supposed to use now, now people wait if we no see evidence. Then the crude oil you supposed to sell, get money. We go serve as revenue. Una burn am down. It's okay. This King Dakolo won't tell us those way they involved. Since they say they don't know, government say they don't know, army say they don't know, JTF say they don't know, nobody know. This King Dakolo won't tell us which people they involved in this oil stealing. 1.6 million barrels in a ship. Now they thief. I beg listen to King Dakolo.
Today you may need to hear that the real thief of oil is someone who has a yacht, is someone who has a golf course, is someone who cannot sleep a night in the Niger Delta because of mosquitoes and insecurity, is someone who has properties in London, in Banana Island, in Abuja, in Frankfurt, in New York City. Those are the thieves. They have a lot of money. You may want to imagine the Joint Task Force for Prevention of Oil Thievery and Vandalism in the Niger Delta came as far ago as 1998. That is 25 years ago. And I can tell you for free that go to Krikri prison, go to Port Harcourt prison, go to Kogi prison, go to Kuje prison. you won't find any big oil thief. None. And even for their boys, when they are caught, they find a way and just dye it, you know. And so even this one, now that the vessel is burnt and the crude burnt and so on and so forth, after once or twice, even Rufai won't talk about it again. So that is the game, that is the story. The authorities know clearly who are behind it. The last time I think someone came on TV and showed clearly where all the stolen oil goes to. This particular oil, if you had allowed it, will have gone to either Britain or gone to America or gone to China or gone to India. They go to these places, you know, these vehicles are big enough, the world knows them. So everyone that is in authority knows them, except for maybe Rufai and Abati and myself. But they are well known. So those are the real oil thieves. The subsidy thieves, the subsidy racketeers. They're not saying, okay, you want subsidy to go. What of those who have been milking the system for the last several decades? Who brought in one shipload in, collected money for 10 shiploads, who brought no shipload, perfected papers and collected money for 20 shiploads, and the racketing has been going on and on and on. And so if you just stop so-called oil subsidy and no one is going in for it, what have you done? Billions have been stolen. Nigerians have been fleeced. That is the game. It goes on. Those in authority, I can bet you, they know who does it and who does not do it. And the reason why they prefer to present the face of a young, uneducated, unemployed person from the Niger Delta as a thief is to distract the world, because it looks more menacing and more interesting to see someone that has no shot, that is beating cancer every day in the name of crude oil theft, a few jerry cans, and then people will take shiploads. You can imagine a group of persons were taking away what Nigeria produces in a day in one ship, and the Nigerian authorities want to pretend that they don't know who are doing it. They don't know the terminal where it was loaded. Don't tell me that again. I don't want to hear that.
King Dakoro talking about that video, say people will get when they do this thing, when they thief our oil, they get yacht. They get properties everywhere. Paris, UK, everywhere, Banana Island, Eco Atlantic. Everywhere, property full everywhere. Now them be the real thief. They don't use money. Buy properties everywhere. These are the people that are doing this thing. And they are bigger than the government. Say it is easier to burn down the vessel than to even catch the thief who gets that vessel. Now what is this king talk? When I hear them, it's easy to burn down the vessel than to catch the thief. So these people are cartels. They are bigger than the government. Just like you have in Colombia, where the drug laws are bigger than the government. These ones, when they thief our crude oil, they are bigger than the government. They can't be nailed. That is the summary of what you had the king said. They can't be nailed. And if government is serious about nailing these people, it's very simple. It will nail them. Nothing will happen. If government also today, oil stealing will stop. It will stop. If Tinubu come out today say oil thief stealing must stop, it will stop, because they know them. They know them, but it seems they are bigger than them. They just want to remain in power. Many people know first and come out from power, but it's okay. It's all right. One thing for sure, I say, one day, monkey go market, you know, go come back. These people will not impoverish Nigerians. Say now only them get this country, they thief all the money they go. Open quarter at 1.8 million barrels per day. Person get my thief 1.6 million barrel. 1.6. What level of it? It's alright. It's alright. At the verse, I don't want to talk too much, I beg. Fellow Nigerians, I go see you later. We'll see tomorrow. I beg. If you like this update, subscribe to my channel. I beg. Biko, Ejo, Da Allah. Subscribe.